One of Britain's most prestigious institutions, now at the centre of the fierce debate over the country's colonial past. Thousands of people protested outside Oxford University's Oriel College in recent days beneath a statue of Cecil Rhodes, who was a 19th century British mining magnate and politician in southern Africa. This protester declined to give his name.
How can you celebrate the colonialism of African countries? How can you celebrate the destruction of African countries? How can you celebrate stealing from African countries?
Rhodes founded the De Beers Diamond Empire and gave his name to Rhodesia under the British Empire, present-day Zimbabwe. His policy on racial segregation was the forerunner of apartheid.
He laid the foundations of the skewed labor systems that we see, the seizure of lands, particularly in South Africa, and more precisely in Zimbabwe, contemporary Zimbabwe and Zambia. That is nothing worthy of celebration, irrespective of the fact that subsequently his bequeathment has gone to Oxford University for purposes of setting up educational scholarships.
Close to 200,000 people have signed a petition calling for the statue's removal, and the campaign is backed by 26 Oxford City councillors who say it is incompatible with the city's commitment to anti-racism. Oriel College issued a statement saying, "We believe Black Lives Matter and support the right to peaceful protest." One Oxford historian says demands for the statue's removal are simplistic.
I think that one has to be very careful with questions like this, not to just pick out a single individual, because the whole empire, all of Britain, universities, cities, industry was all built on materials, resources and wealth taken from other parts of the world.
The University of Cape Town in South Africa removed a statue of Cecil Rhodes in 2016 after months of demonstrations. The Rhodes Must Fall campaign was mirrored in Oxford at the time, but the Oriel College statue remained in its place. The Black Lives Matter protests in the wake of the death of George Floyd in police custody last month in the US have sparked fierce debate in Europe over racism, colonialism and slavery. Far-right protesters clashed with police Saturday in London. They had travelled to the capital to, in their words, defend the statues. Across Britain, memorials have been boarded up, including a statue of Winston Churchill outside Parliament, which was defaced earlier this month. The statues are at the centre of a cultural battle that is spilling onto the streets and becoming increasingly violent. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.